Everyone thinks they know what laziness looks like. They look at you on the couch and decide they understand your character. Lazy. But what if I told you this is not laziness at all, and calling it that is the reason you feel so broken? Because here's what nobody tells you. Laziness is a choice. What you are experiencing is not. And the difference is brutal. Lazy people rest and feel recharged. You rest and still feel exhausted. Lazy people choose the couch. You collapse onto it. Lazy people enjoy doing nothing. You feel guilty the entire time. If this was laziness, a nap would fix it. A day off would help. A weekend would reset you. But it does not. Because this is not about rest. This is about depletion. And people cannot tell the difference. So they call it laziness, and you start to believe them. Here's how you know they are wrong. Laziness says, I do not feel like doing this right now. Maybe later. Burnout says, I do not have the capacity to do this. Not now. Not later. Not until something changes. Laziness postpones. Burnout shuts down. Laziness is temporary. Burnout is your system hitting empty and refusing to move until you refuel. And refueling is not the same as resting. You can rest all weekend and still wake up Monday feeling like you are operating on fumes. Because rest does not fix burnout. It just prevents it from getting worse. Now here's where people get confused. They see you lying there, not moving, not working, not engaging. And they think you are being lazy. They think you are choosing this, but you are not choosing this. Your body is choosing this for you because your body has a safety mechanism. And when you push past your limits for too long, that mechanism kicks in. It is called shutdown, and it is not optional. Your body says we are not doing that. We are lying here until the system recovers, and no amount of willpower overrides that. Because willpower does not work when the system has no fuel left. People do not understand this. They think motivation is something you summon. Like it is just sitting there waiting for you to decide to use it. But motivation is not a decision. Motivation is a resource. And resources run out. And when they run out, you do not get to just decide to keep going. You stop, whether you want to or not. That is not laziness. That is biology. Here is another way they are wrong. Lazy people avoid tasks they do not want to do. You avoid tasks you desperately want to do. You want to reply to that text. You want to finish that project. You want to clean your space. But the gap between wanting and doing feels impossible to cross. And people see that gap and call it laziness. But it is not. It is executive dysfunction. It is decision fatigue. It is your brain running out of the neurochemicals required to initiate action. And the cruel part is this. The more you care about the task, the harder it becomes to start, because caring adds pressure, and pressure adds overwhelm. And overwhelm shuts the system down even faster. So you end up in this nightmare loop where the things that matter most are the things you cannot do. And from the outside, that looks like you do not care, like you are not trying. But you are trying. You are trying so hard that the effort of trying is what is exhausting you, and that is not laziness. That is the opposite of laziness. Here is what laziness actually looks like. Laziness is content. Laziness enjoys itself. Laziness does not feel shame. If you are lying on the couch feeling guilty, anxious, frustrated, and stuck, you are not lazy. You are overwhelmed. You are depleted. You are shutting down. And shutdown is not a character flaw. It is a survival response. Your body is not being difficult. It is protecting you from completely burning out. Because here is what happens if you ignore shutdown and push through anyway. You do not become more productive. You become less functional. You start forgetting things. You start making mistakes. You start getting sick more often. Your body escalates. It goes from whispers to screams. And if you still do not listen, it forces you to stop. Through illness, through injury, through complete collapse. So when your body says lie down, it is not being lazy. It is trying to prevent something worse. And the fact that you feel guilty about it does not change that. It just makes the recovery harder. Here's the test. If someone offered you $1 million to get up and do the thing right now, would you? If the answer is yes, then maybe it is laziness. Maybe you just do not want to enough. But if the answer is I physically cannot, then it is not laziness. It is something else. It is your system saying no. It is your body protecting itself. It is shutdown. And shutdown does not respond to motivation. It responds to recovery, which means the solution is not trying harder. It is resting smarter. And resting smarter does not mean lying on the couch feeling guilty. It means actually letting yourself recover without shame. Because guilt does not help. Guilt just drains the little energy you have left. So here's what you do instead. You stop calling it laziness. You stop apologizing for needing rest. You stop forcing yourself to perform when your system is screaming stop. And you start recognizing shutdown for what it is: a boundary, a message, a protective response. Your body is not your enemy, it is trying to keep you alive. And sometimes keeping you alive means making you lie down. That is not failure. That is wisdom. Your body knows things your mind refuses to accept. Like the fact that you cannot run on empty forever. Like the fact that rest is not optional. Like the fact that productivity does not matter if you are too burned out to sustain it. So when your body says stop, it is not being lazy, it is being smart. And the fact that other people do not understand that does not make it less true. They do not see what you are managing. They do not feel what you are carrying. They do not know how close to empty you are running. All they see is the output. And when the output stops, they call it laziness. But output is not effort. And effort is not always visible. You can be working harder than anyone in the room and still produce nothing. Because all your energy is going toward just staying upright. And that is not laziness. That is survival. So the next time someone calls you lazy, remember this: laziness is a choice. What you are experiencing is not. Laziness rests and recharges. You rest and stay depleted. Laziness enjoys itself. You feel guilty the entire time. Laziness is temporary. What you are dealing with does not go away after a nap. You are not lazy, you are running on empty. And your body is trying to protect you from running completely dry. And that is not something to feel ashamed of. That is something to listen to. Because your body is not the problem. Ignoring your body is the problem. And the solution is not pushing harder. It is finally letting yourself stop. Not because you are giving up, but because stopping is the only way to recover enough to keep going. You are not lazy. You are human, and being human means you have limits. And limits are not weaknesses. They are facts. So stop fighting them. Stop apologizing for them. Stop calling yourself lazy for acknowledging them. Your body is doing exactly what it is supposed to do. It is protecting you. And that is not laziness. That is survival. And survival is enough.